Why, hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the Charles channel. Now today, we are going to be doing something that I've not seen many people do at all. And that is going to be a tour of this side of the town and that side of the town. I've only really seen Stampy do this. And to be completely honest, he's not done it in quite a long time. And this is an up-to-date Stampy world. Well, not up-to-date, there is still a couple of things that need to be changed and done. Like the new build is in on Ben's actual Stampy world, but I'm not going to preview that because that will be for download 10. So while we're at it, we're going to start at the airport. Now the airport is a build that Stampy built around his end, like nearer to the end of Xbox One Edition. And I think it's really cool. It's just the whole redstone system and, you know, the little gift shop. I think it's extremely, extremely cool. And we, of course, had the helicopter and the plane. Linking onto that, we have the train station. Again, another building that I think is really cool. It's just like the idea of transport and everything in Lovely World. And you can see the train up there where he kidnapped the target, Polly and Fizzy. Where Hit the Target kidnapped him, Polly, William and Fizzy and all the dogs and put a lot of TNT on it. And yeah, they were being held hostage. Next to this, we got the museum. Now, this is a build that we're wanting to add on to in Season 2. And I'm not going to say any more than that, but I really like the museum. It's really open, and you know, it features the old house, and you know, all of like it's basically history, and it does really mean, like, this building means quite a lot to me, considering like my history with Stampy and how long I've watched him for. So yeah, that's that build. The next build is another build that was done towards the end of the console edition reign in Lovely World, and that is the bingo hall. Now the bingo hall is a build that I've never really built. I don't have much experience with it. I know it's just bingo. I would have preferred this game to go in the Funland, considering it's an actual game and not a shop. But yeah, I do think it's quite cool. And the redstone and how it all works, I think it's really cool. Here would be where his new build is. It would be the escape room. Yeah, it's not there because this is an old version of Ben's world. Here we've got Builderbot. Now I know Ben always updates Builderbot with all the copper and everything, so this will not be up to date. So if you're trying to use this world for reference or anything, don't. This current version of the world. Walking through here, we've got all different types of bots. That are like that, and you can build your own. So you've got like all of these different things. You've got like bodies and like hands and arms, and you've got their heads and everything. I think this is really cool, and it was a really cool idea from Stampy. The next build I think is called Special Marts. Again, a building I've never really done. It is really, really like modern though, and I do like it. You know, you've got all of the arm stands and their positions. Got all of these stuff. I don't know much stuff about the newer buildings. I know quite a lot about the older buildings. So yeah, next to this we've got the candle shop, which is infamous for Parkey's hatred. It's not the best shop. I don't understand what Stampy was thinking with it, but it is quite a cool concept. Next to that, next to Builderbot, we've got the Home Dome, a build we've just completed on the Ep by Ep. And I really like the Home Dome. It reminds me a lot of IKEA. You know, you've got different types of areas you can go into, and Sam even says in the video that he wants to build, like, this style of shop is if you like something, then you can build it in your own house. So that is that done. Here, I think this is Joe's Arcade, or something like that. I'll put the correct name up on the screen if I got it wrong, but it's just a big arcade again, something I don't really know about. This I think it's called it's something to do with a fountain. It's Fortune Fountain, there you go, and it's like a gambling room. I think that's what Stampy was going for. Sometimes there's like water coming up here and it like makes a cool pattern on the front. Happens for like 5 minutes. Here's Lovely Ink, a build that like was probably like one of the last builds before I got out of Stampy. I'm not gonna like properly look at it. I'm just gonna go all the way up to the top so you can get a good view of Lovely World on Java. Here it is. So that's all we've just looked at. And this is all we've got to look at still. And yeah, I really do like Lovely Ink. It is a build that is really like intricate, and you know, I really liked the concept and how he built it. I really like. So yeah, here we've got the windmill, a newer build in Lovely World. I don't really know how it works, but yes, I don't really know how it works. Down there we've got the yacht, the submarine and the boat. I'm not even sure if they count as a town or if they count as a part of the house. Right, moving on to the main town now. Here we have got Stampy's Hot Buns. Like a really, really old build in Lovely World. One of the first buildings in the town. And I know Stampy, it means a lot to Stampy, this build, considering how old it is and everything. And these builds will not be the builds that we change in Season 2. Here we've got Lovely Jubbly Flowers. Again, another really old build. Most of these builds are quite old. As you can see, it's not looking its best right now because, again, it's a version of Ben's world. So all of these diamond leaves will be birch. Diamond blocks will be birch. And then this redstone will be to remove a block. But you've got the little shop back here where you'd bring all your, like, flowers and plants and everything. And you pay here. And, yeah, that is Lovely Jubbly Flowers. Moving on, we've got Stampy's Overwear, which is a shop that like focuses around different outfits, and you've got changing rooms in the back. Kind of reminds me of Clark's, this shop, if you're from the UK. But you've got, you know, I think this is Rainbow Robes. This is the boots. It's Stampy Star Boots. There you go. And I don't know the other two, but it's Stampy's Overwear. Again, none of the sign data has come across because it's a converted version of Ben's World. So here we've got Melon Moments, also known as Parkey Moments. This shop has changed quite a lot because there used to be item frames here with different types of melons and pumpkins in and everything. But then because the world was getting too laggy on Xbox One Edition, Stampy changed it. Here we've got Pick a Pet. Now, Fluffy used to be in this one. I don't understand where Fluffy's gone. But we have the... what's their name? The I don't know. It's the mushroom behind the till, and you know all the animals and that leads and everything in here. Now, moving on, we've got the Crazy Cow Milk Bar. I really liked building this when Darman built it. It was just really nice, and it was a build that I could like, you know, chill and build because it was not that difficult at all. Here we've got Toy Town. Now that is just the complete opposite of what I've just said about this build. This building was so stressful when we were building it in my original world and Ben's original world. Now it would look better on the plastic texture pack. Stampy's even said that, but you know, it's just little shops and they have toys in, and it is designed up top to make it look like, you know, there is like a less, it's a less, like, it's an olden style shop, then you pull his hand and it comes down. Here we've got Flap Postal Service. It's got a lot of redstone up the top. You know, you flies in with the letters and it comes down to the bottom and it'll fall from this point. And I really do like this build. This is quite a cool design from Stampy, and it stayed the same. I think here we've got Nice Ice. It's an ice cream shop. And that's pretty much it. It's kind of self-explanatory. I don't even know how this works. I think you'd throw like a soul lantern, not like a soul lantern, but you'd throw something in the ice cream machine. It would freeze it, and then it would come back to you. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's broken in Ben's world. I think it's supposed to come with something like that. But yeah, moving on, we're gonna go this way. We're gonna do this side of the town. Here we have Fish Me a Dish. Why am I saying Fish Me a Dish? It's Flying Fish. There you go. And there's lots of redstone to this. And you fish, you get a fish. You use the redstone, you put it in there. And then eventually it will shoot out the top. Yeah, with the slime block. So the slime block will go down and it'll shoot it out. And yeah. Next build we've got the Clean Machine. It's a laundromat, and these used to work. They don't work anymore, which is annoying. At least I don't think they work. They don't work on Xbox One Edition, so I wouldn't assume they worked on here. Here we've got Hot Potato. Again, another really, really cool build. You know, you'd put your potatoes, you'd like push these buttons, and then the potatoes would be harvested, and then they'd come into this furnace, they'd cook, and then you'd have the potatoes here. I really like the idea of that game. Here we've got the fireworks shop. I also like the design of this game. It's really, really like cool, I think. Here we've got Fancy Pants. I remember this build mainly because of the hit the target attack that came with this episode. And it's like most like fancy restaurants, all the food is cooked not in a great way, and here is a microwave that all the food is cooked in, and you have to wear these purple pants that would be in this chest if you were to eat in the restaurant. Here we've got Coffee Corner, another shop that I hated building in Ben's original world, because of how like much redstone there was. But yeah, it's not that difficult to build anymore. And you know, you'd brew something, and then you'd put it in this hopper, and it would, you know, go through all this system and come out on a minecart, and the minecart would eventually go back by itself, which I think was really, really cool. It also had this really nice garden outside here, which was really cool. Next to this, we've got Stupendous. I think this build is really cool because of like the design it has, and you know, it was built when Stampy was like, when Terracotta came to Xbox One Edition, and you know, it was really cool. And I remember seeing it, I was like, oh, this is interesting. Here we got Beetrootique. I'm not sure if Beetrootique works on Java, but I know you get like a bucket, and then you pick the water up, and it will open, and here's Fizzy's secret little cookie thing. There'll be like a button somewhere, or there should be, and then cookies would fire out the walls, and it'd be really like, it'd be a fun experience for most people in here. Moving on, we are going to go on to fast food. Another build that is really interesting because of the redstone. So you'd like ask for food somewhere, and then I think you'd put it in here, and it would come up, and it would go all the way around the edges, and eventually come into the middle where you could pick up your food, sit down and eat it. Next, we've got Now We're Cooking. I don't understand this. I think it's like a more like chef type thing. So it's like a cooking competition, I think. The idea of this build, I'm not sure. I didn't build it on the Buy-Up, so I'm not sure. Here we've got Big Apple, a really, really cool build, mainly focusing because of the transforming floor. So if you wanted a red floor, like a picnic blanket, you can. But if you wanted a yellow floor, you'd switch out all of it, and it would turn yellow, which I think is really cool. And the redstone for this, it was a nightmare. Here we've got Treats. It's more like a drive-through, or that links up to Melon Moments over there. So you'd come off the melon tree, come under here, you'd come up here, you'd spin around, you'd order your food, and then it'd get delivered to you from this chest, and then you'd come back around and go back down into the melon tree. Yeah, I think that's kind of a cool build. Here we've got the Shaker. It's a milkshake shop. I'm planning to do something similar to this in Season 2, but you'll have to find that out when we actually work on it. Yeah, so we've done this little bit of this little path now. So we're going to move on to this side of the town. Here we've got Snack on Track. It's a really, really cool restaurant. You'd program it in on what table you'd want the minecart to go to by switching these levers, and the rails would switch around, and then you'd put the food in. You'd sit in the minecart, you'd get the food, and then you'd press the button and come out of here and deliver the food to the person who ordered it. So for example, if this was the blue table, you'd deliver it, and then you'd go back, which I think is really, really cool. Here we've got Sky High. I'm not going to go all the way up there because it's annoying, but this is where this is where the food would be organised, and then you'd have like the thing put in there, dispense it, and then back then, oh, it still does, it goes up, and it'd go up there. Moving on, we have Recycle Michael, or I think it's at the building it's called Waste Place, and it's kind of interesting build. I don't think it works anymore. It might work on Java actually. No, it doesn't. I think if there's a block here, it might work. But yeah, it would go up here and it'd be recycled, and then you'd either get the item in here or it'd be incinerated. Moving on, we got Shoe for You. famous for its treadmill. So if we press the button, give it a second, and yeah, it would change. So you'd run on it, and you've got all these different types of shoes that you can get. And you'd have like a plank test, and you'd have like a walk thing, and then you'd have here's a storage room, which again used to have a bunch of different stuff in the back. I'm not going to miss out these two buildings. I think we've got the Court of Paw, I think it's called. It's just a courtroom, and it was built, I think, for Fizzy, because he committed a crime in Lovely World or something, and he was proven not guilty in the end, and they did a big court case. Here we've got Good News, I think it's called. It's a news, newspaper-like thing, and we've got different floors. So this would be, I think, William, and we'd have Polly, and then we'd have Fizzy, and then we'd have Stampy on top, who would be the journalist. And he's got lots of crafting tables up here because, you know, Stampy, he's really, really, really focused on his crafting tables. Okay, moving on, we're going to do a big loop now. So we've got the movie, the cinema. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called Movie Magic. And there would be a screen behind the red curtain, and Stampy would edit like big movies onto it. For example, The Blocking Dead and everything he did in his Halloween episode. Here we've got the clay oven, and you know, you'd press this button and it would turn on, and you'd put the pizza in there, and then you'd turn it off and pull it out, and it's like a proper oven, which I think was really, really cool, but it was a nightmare to build in Ben's world. Here we've got the Teddy Box, which was updated for the Easter episode and hasn't been changed, so this is quite an old thing. Here we've got the recording studio, I think it's called. I'm not sure of the name, but yeah, interesting build. That's where they recorded a bunch of things. Here we've got Fizzy Fun, a big present with Fizzy, like an elephant in. It's designed for partying. Down this street we've got the Helpers shop, so there's all three next to each other. Here we've got the Crystal Ball, and it's like a fortune teller shop, so you have different things. So these are all good outcomes, these are bad outcomes, and you put the painting in here, and whatever outcome you got, you know, it would be matched up to one of them. It's kind of broken because now, I mean, you'd have to have a painting like that to get a good outcome, because it's 2 blocks, it will always. I think Stampy could fix it because, of course, you know, there's different type of paintings now, and you can select which one you want, so you could randomize them and put them down. Here we've got Polytechnic, which is broken because of how Bedrock changed the redstone. So it's not working currently, but it's a redstone shop. It's got lots of redstone in here. And yeah. Here we've got the art gallery. I'm not sure exactly the name, but you know, you had all of the builds that the helpers made, and the Lunar Friends. The Lunar Friends made this, so they've got Stampy's World and they've got Home. Here we've got Tool Order, which is William's shop, and you know, you have different things in the minecart with chests, and you'd press the button, and you know, if you wanted a different type of tool, it would, you know, move and everything like that. Here we've got Laugh on Logs, or LOL. It's a I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's like a comedy, you know, like a night out sort of thing. Here we've got the jewelry shop, and it's famous for its big diamond ring, which I find is really cool. It's just got a bunch of like diamonds and emeralds in here and gold nuggets, and it's really, really cool. I've said cool a lot in this video. Here we've got, I don't know the name of it, but it's the music shop, and it's got the big piano in it, but I'll put the name up on screen. And it's got the piano, which is not working right now. And you've got like the jukebox, and there's a set of drums over here, and it's really cool, this shop. I do like it. Here we've got Doggy Disco. It's just a disco for the dogs, and the floor uses observers and water, and it makes like a cool pattern. Although it's not working at the moment. Here we've got, it's the Butchers, and I don't know the name, it's meat and greet. Here, there we go. And it's just a butcher And here's the freezer, and you've got the till back here, and you've got the grinder and everything here, which is kind of cool. Next up, we got the 3Zs, which is a bed shop, and it was introduced when all the beds were added. So, of course, Stanley could have multiple different types of beds. So you could pick what beds you want, and then you could buy it and put it in your house. Next up, we got the jungle gym here, and it's a gym. So, like, you'd walk, and the water would push you back. So it's like you're using a treadmill, and you've got, you know, yeah, I think this is like weights, and then you've got a big like treadmill, I think, and you put a boat in there, and you like swim up the waterfall, kind of. Next, we've got shiny sword. It's a big, like, I think it's a blacksmith. It's a big sword with lots of different armor. And here we've got I know it's a karate shooter. I don't know the name of it. It's like kung fu something. I don't know the name of it, but yeah. Next up, we got the magic shop. I don't know the name of it again. I think it's like a hat trick. There you go. And you know, you'd usually have a bunch of wands here and everything, but of course, conversion and everything. And that's it for this row. I think we've got these last 3 rows left to explore. Here we've got the clock tower. I think it's called. So I don't know what it's called, but you've got the clock shop below, and then you've got the cafe above. I'm not going to go up there. Here we've got the piggy bank, and it's got a massive vault underneath where you do all these intricate like courses and everything to get through. Here we got IC. It's a glasses shop, and it's an optician's, and then you've got you've got the board which have like different letters, and you'd stand far away, and if you could read them, then you wouldn't need glasses. And you've got the eye testing machine, which, you know, once it's turned on in different places, it changes colour, and then you'll be asked to identify each colour and everything like that. Here we've got the cool school, where all of the older helpers, you know, did their lessons. So you had swimming with Squishy, you had combat with Stampy, you had cooking with Lee, I think. Yep, cooking with Lee, and then you had it was planting. I think it was like gardening with Amy Lee, something like that. And then you had the bell and the playground in the back. Here we've got the Hotel of Dreams. I'm going to fly around it. I'm not going to go in it, but yeah, kind of a cool thing. And this was almost blown up in an Easter episode. Here we've got the Sweetie Pie, another nightmare build. It's a sweet shop, so you'd have different types of sweets in here, and it's just a really colourful build that, you know, was really, really hard to recreate. Here you've got the pharmacy. It's a big barn, and all the medications upstairs, and you'd have different medications down here, and you could buy them, and it's like a vet, basically like a vet. Here we've got the Wagging Tail. It's like a dog holiday place, and, you know, you have different bedrooms in here for the dogs, and you have a kitchen, and they've got a beach behind them, and it's really, really fun and cool. Here we got Superior Interior. It's a furniture shop, different styles of furniture that like match the stuff in Stampy's house. So like you've got the pub chairs here, and tables and chairs, and a wardrobe and a bookshelf and sofas and stuff, which is really cool. Here we've got the dentist. Usually when you'd walk through the door, a fish would fly out, and you'd have like a book come up to you, and have the Tooth Fairy's office, and, you know, the actual you know, operating room, I'm going to call it. Here we've got the Pretty Kitty Spa. It's got like different side of things, and, you know, you'd go in here, and in the episode they change their skin, and they come out and they look completely different, and it was really, really cool. Here we've got the Caring Cat Clinic, which is a hospital. So you have the therapy room, and you have, I don't know what, I think this is for villagers, and this was added when zombie villagers were added, and you've got like a, I don't know what the room this is. This is a nice room. And then you've got the actual like dentist, like lab sort of dentist, actual doctor's like lab thing in here. Moving on, we've got the fire station. Not that interesting. Yeah, there's a fire alarm hooked up to it, and you pull a lever anywhere in the world, and it will like, the light will come on there. Here at the Popo Police Station. Oh, I think it's called the Playful Popo Police Station, and there's different, you know, jail cells, and you can go in here and you can visit them and talk to them with these. I think they were like things. You got an investigator room in here, and like no investigator room in here, and you've got like the planning room in here. So that used to be like Stampy's desk, and that used to be Lee's desk, which is really cool. Okay, we can go back to where we were now, over here. We're on this little strip, and then I think we're done. We've got the Parkey Pet Vets, which was one of the first builds I ever built in Ben's World. So you've got a section for dogs, and I think there's a section for cats, and you've got a section for chickens. There was a chicken in this cage, and we've got a section for, I didn't even know what this is. It might be, oh, this could be cats, you know, because like there's a big climbing frame. Here we've got the, oh, I don't know the name of it. It's like a bookshop. I don't know what the name of it though is. I'll put the name up on screen. But it's just a bookshop, and there used to be signs in here, and there used to be different sections, but it's time we have to remove them because of the lag. Here we've got the Barbers, which is a barber shop, and the cool thing about this is that it's mirrored, so there's like 2 sections of it, so it's like, it makes it the effect of a mirror. And I think the final build, or the final build in the town, is the Cat Chat radio station, which is a radio station. Here there's the like recording box, and you know, you'd have a podcast box here, and there's a button up here to tell them if you're recording or not. And I think that is it. I don't think I've missed anything out, and if I have missed anything out, I am sorry. But I think we have seen everything in the town. I think we have gone into every building. I am going to make one of these for the Funland. But yeah, if you want me to do a whole world tour, leave it in the comments below, and I will. I just did this because, you know, it's not been, most of the newer buildings haven't been seen in a long time, and I just wanted to show you all what they look like. But anyway, I've been Charles. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.